Hi, so welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to talk about how sex is sacred. And sexual attraction is one of the most powerful energies, and it can completely control us. There are unlimited accounts of people who had powerful positions who became victims to their sexual desires, and as a result, they lost their reputation, they lost their positions, and even lost their lives. So, there is this classical story of Julius Caesar falling in love with Cleopatra. So they both fell in love, and then they kidnapped Helen of Troy, and which resulted in a war. Most countries have seen respected married government officials having affairs with their servants or secretaries. And so, what I'm trying to imply here is, first, let's understand what is lust. So, we all are deeply desiring to experience love that is complete and unconditional. It is a part of our eternal identity. It is our birthright to seek love, which is independent from motivation. Yet, we examine our own lives, and we will see that our love is motivated, conditional, and it is also fleeting. If we are very honest, we will see that we identify love often as lust. So it can be explained that when we misuse the energy of love, it turns into lust. If we express our sexuality through lust, then we are devolving as humans. And lust is a very strong desire, and to use other person to bring ourselves pleasure. What is the result of being lustful? So we focus our energy to acquire distinction, adoration, and praise. We desire to possess, dominate, and control the other person. If a woman has a boyfriend, she tries to stop him from speaking, looking, or even thinking about any other woman, as he must be only hers. If same goes with the man, he tries to controls, and lust also creates the desire to be adored. We have all seen people who, they're always wanting attention. They dress in a certain way, they talk in a certain way, so that all attention is towards them. And whenever they are not the center of attention, then they become sulky, or they often become angry, and they're not happy then with their existence. They can feel frustrations. Imagine a club scene, for example. So we when we are in a club, we can imagine that people come there to dance, they come to drink, to be the hunter or to be hunted. And women are dancing on the stage. They're sometimes also dancing near the tables, and men are looking at them with hungry eyes, and they describe and rate the women only in terms of their sensuality, their bodies, their curves, while the women are wearing skimpy outfits and dancing in suggestive ways, displaying themselves as objects. And in such situations, people are expressing their lowest consciousness, and the mood is, let us exploit each other. The second point I would like to highlight is media and hypersexuality. Currently, the media has, perfected the art of sexualizing women and men to the extreme that sexuality has become a primary identity for most of the people. Instagram, you can take, almost not just Instagram, almost all consumer products use sexually or sexually explicit or sexuality for advertisement. Watching television, moves our brain into an alpha state where, which is similar to hypnosis, and this state makes us more receptive to suggestions than usual. Whatever image or idea we see on television, we are more likely to accept and assimilate it than we have in real life. Each idea and image is deeply imprinted in our minds, and it becomes almost impossible to remove it. And these images tend to resurface and expand while tempting our minds to pursue such behavior. Studies have, concluded that the more people watch television, the lower their self control is. Willpower, ability to withstand any type of, temptation, it decreases. They are more prone to addictions, it creating debts and eating disorders, being unfaithful in relationships. By increasing our lust, the media is controlling and manipulating us. In most cases, relationships portrayed in media are dysfunctional, they are manic, they are obsessive, and we see in the media it is not ordinary, it is hyper, everything is hyper. And in fact, pornography portrays the most unhealthy, abnormal, and dysfunctional form of sexuality. It is devoid of any intimacy, and it is or care or trust or connection. It encourages, domination, exploitation, and violation of another person's body. Such imagery, it creates an illusion, it successfully builds an illusion in our mind, and which captivates, us to become primitive hunters, who are actually, seeking a super sexualized partner. And what is the result? People are becoming slaves of their lust anxiously, they're looking for more and more sexual encounters, and people try different partners, situations, and genders, but end up, feeling frustrated. They are feeling lonely, and they are feeling, empty. And when we start a relationship based solely on sexual attraction, what happens is that, we are fully aware that our partner can leave anytime. So when if they find another attractive prospect, in order to keep the control of our partner, we are continuously, trying to enhance our attractiveness, and trying to, becoming wealthier, powerful, or physically beautiful, which requires more hard work and stress. So when we are under control of our lust, we are pressured to gain more possessions, we are position control. And when society is controlled by lust, we experience the rapid spread of, diseases and prostitution and abuse and incest, abortions. And freeing ourselves from the media's manipulation, the lust control is essential for our personal and social well-being. Moving on that to the next point is that why do we feel attracted towards someone, to certain people, even when we are in committed relationships and married, or decided that we want to, celibate, or we have experienced everything, and we are still attracted to another person. We might have also experienced being attracted to our friend's partner, or our teacher, or someone who is under our care. As long as we are in drive, we will become attracted to other people, right? As the desire to express and receive affection is natural. We cannot decide whom we feel attracted to, but we can decide how we respond to it, right? Here I would like to insert a concept which is not, which you might not agree, but many people believe in, that is past life. It is possible that in when it comes to, spirituality, it is possible that we can meet someone with whom we had an intimate relationship in the past life. So what happens is that in this lifetime, when we meet them, they are playing a different role. They can be our boss, they can be our best friend's child. We are not meant to have an intimate relationship in this lifetime, or a romantic relationship in this lifetime with them, but we do still feel attracted to them. If we do end up making a relationship with them in this lifetime, then we will be devolving ourselves. So it is best, that we base our decision on what is appropriate, and what is appropriate in your lifetime, not what might have been in the past. So regardless of how strong your attraction is and your desires may be, if we fail to follow higher principles, the result will be everyone involved will be, accumulation of unfavorable, karma. So here comes the karma concept, which I would be discussing it later on. So if we have a spiritual view of creation, we know that there are always souls who need to be born. Okay, So these souls do not consider if two people are married or not, but they are actually they create a temptation between two individuals to get romantically, involved, so that they can be born. So I'm, this example is from, a book, and I'm, I am discussing the spiritual realm now, so it might be uncomfortable. But so what happens, moving on, let's move on. And at times we might feel that our attraction to another person is so overwhelming uh, that we are compelled to act, and then it is essential that we have to redirect that strong pull, that strong energy. What we can do is we can use the energy to show compassion, to love, to support, and service to our friends, or whoever is involved. We can remove ourselves from such associations and situations which creates temptation. We can also pray for strength. So the next point I'm going to discuss is the role of karma police. So here comes karma. The law of karma holds us accountable for each of our actions. Our good and bad karma resembles to two separate, bank accounts. It is mentioned, in which we have it is mentioned in the scriptures, and in which we have previously invested money. The good karma we usually, choose to withdraw, while the bad karma account makes us pay automatic monthly payments. We are completely in control of how much we invest in these two accounts. And we should always remember that if we withdraw all the good karma, we will get into debt and we will have to repay the bank. So each of us have a certain amount of good karma from experiencing the romance in a positive way. Once we have used it, we might need to wait for another lifetime for that to accumulate enough, and so that we can experience romance again. So here comes the question: how can it be possible that romantic premarital relationships change our karma to an extent where we are unable to actually experience romance? It becomes clear that if we examine karmic principles on a deeper level, each time we interact with another person, we have a karmic bond, we have a karmic exchange. The more intimately we relate to another person, the stronger the bond becomes. And what is the implication of having a karmic bond with another person? A karmic bond creates, a bond in which you start sharing the karma. From past, present, future, all karma is now shared with you. We create a bond for several lifetimes. We also connect ourselves to all their previous relationships, physically intimate relationships, and each relationship we have tied to us, one or several, it becomes your karma. So a one night stand means a lifetime of karmic sharing. Now, how does having a karmic bond with another person affects us? So all their past, present and future actions will be affecting us, and it will complicate our lives. We will have to experience a part of that person's personal struggles, pain, and receive a part of their reactions of their bad actions. So by now I believe that you must have understood that, uh, this will do nothing but complicate your life, the person who is involved, that person's life, and everybody's life. And so what to do now in such scenarios, and how to overcome that uh, feeling. The motivation, first we need to understand that the motivation behind lust is selfish gain. Thus the secret in overcoming the lust is selfless service. So we have to redirect our sexual energy. Considering that the sexual energy is the most powerful energy that we possess, it can be a constructive or destructive force. depending upon us. It will depend upon our own consciousness. So as long as we are bereft of a higher purpose in life, and we lack the deeper meaning of satisfaction in life, we will remain victims to lust and misdirected sexuality. The motivation the motivation is to, serve others in selfless ways. To act selflessly, we need to choose to restrict our lower tendencies. We need to become more detached from our false ego. We need goals, we need aspirations, we need a vision for our life. When we develop a spiritual vision, suppose, we see that each person has an intimate connection with the supreme person. If we have a partner, we see them as a valuable gift we should treasure, and we should try to understand and try to develop how we can serve them, and serve them to transform their lives. Then we will become more mindful, we will become more concerned, caring, attentive, generous, aware, and protective towards them. It enables us to express our sexuality through being supportive, compassionate, and creative. This will ensure that we have deep, long lasting, and satisfying relationships. We will experience that through serving and loving our partner. And we are serving, it can be assumed as if we are serving the divine. So, this is the alchemy of transforming lust into love. And uh, for example, let's take for an example, if we are in a suppose we are in a romantic relationship, we might find our partner that he or she is in a foul mood. So if we are in a low consciousness, we will get angry at their mood, criticize them, or decide to leave them alone until they are in a better mood to entertain us. If we have higher consciousness, if we are more mindful, we are practicing mindfulness, then we will not judge them but inquire about the reason for their bad mood. We will listen attentively and ask them how we can support them to deal with the difficulty they are facing. If we deal with challenges in our relationship this way, we show commitment, support, and concern for our partner. In majority of cases, this will make our partner value, respect us, and even build trust. Now moving on to the next point is, what is love? What is love actually? Now, why do we fail to experience love or give love in profound ways? Why are we confused about where we can find love? When people use the word love, they often mean desire, a need, a need to control, or lust. In reality, love has nothing to do with the amount of sexual pleasure we can obtain from another person. The real love is not concerned with personal gain. Neither it is a business which is dependent on conditions, circumstances. Love is not a feeling which is dependent on such conditions or another person's actions or words. Love is an expression of who we are, what we have, and what we can share. Love is a verb. It is a verb. It starts with decision and results in action to serve another person. It inspires us to share and give more generously than the other person. So, real love is divine. And when it comes to sex, sex is an expression of love and commitment. It is meant to be an expression of love and immense value. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles. So what we can understand is that at its highest level, sex can, fulfill a divine purpose. And according to the Vedic scriptures, the sacred union of marriage creates the ideal circumstance for that particular union. Within a marriage, two persons should ideally be fully committed and supportive of each other. Husband and wife should desire the act and consider it divine, and they would know the expression of sexuality is being co-creators of another soul's destiny. So when sex is an expression of love, it can become great positive energy, and it can yield many deep spiritual revelations and realizations in your life and your partner's life. So that is all I wanted to share with you all. I hope you like the video, and what is your take on this topic? Do share your comments, and do subscribe my channel, do like my channel, and interact with the video. And thank you, and bye.